Welcome to True Crime Deep Dives, the channel where we dive deep into the chilling world of unsolved crimes and real-life horrors. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a case. Today, I will be showing you 5 unsolved murders in the USA that occurred during the month of 1st of July to October 13, 2025. This case started as mysteries but has seen recent developments with an arrest, though questions linger. Seat tight, grab your coffee, dim the lights, and let's unravel what happened. First on the list is Lawrence Meekins. Lawrence Meekins was born and raised in the vibrant but often turbulent neighborhoods of Northwest DC at 50. He was a fixture in his community, a hard-working man who had spent years navigating the ups and downs of city life. Friends described him as quiet yet kind, someone who kept to himself but always lent a hand when needed. He worked odd jobs, from construction to delivery gigs, trying to make ends meet in a city where the cost of living skyrockets while opportunities dwindle for many. Lawrence wasn't a stranger to hardship. Public records hint at a past dotted with minor run-ins with the law, but nothing that painted him as a target for violence. He lived simply in a modest apartment and spent his free time with a close circle of family and friends. Little did anyone know that his routine would end in tragedy on E Street, Southeast. It was Tuesday, July 1, 2025, a hot, humid day in the nation's capital. The 2100 block of E Street, SC, is a residential area, lined with row houses and the occasional corner store. It's not the most notorious part of DC, but like many urban spots, it sees its share of crime. Around midday, gunshots shattered the afternoon calm. Witnesses later told police they heard multiple pops, followed by screams and the sound of a vehicle speeding away. When Metropolitan Police Department, MPD, officers arrived, they found Lawrence lying on the sidewalk, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. Emergency responders from DC Fire and EMS rushed him to a nearby hospital, but despite their efforts, he was pronounced dead shortly after. The scene was chaotic. Bullet casings littered the ground, and blood stained the pavement, a grim reminder of the violence that plagues American cities. Initial reports suggested Lawrence might have been riding an electric scooter at the time, adding a layer of vulnerability to the attack. Was he targeted, or was this a random act? Police canvassed the area, knocking on doors and reviewing surveillance footage from nearby cameras. The MPD's homicide unit took the lead, classifying it as a major case due to the brazen daytime shooting. As days turned to weeks, the investigation intensified. Detectives interviewed witnesses who described a suspect fleeing the scene, but details were scarce. Rumors swirled in the community. Some said it could be linked to a dispute over money. Others whispered about gang affiliations, though nothing concrete emerged. Lawrence's family, devastated, pleaded for answers. His sister spoke to local media, saying he was just trying to live his life. Who would do this? The MPD offered a reward for information, standard in such cases, but tips were slow to come in. On September 22, 2025, MPD arrested 28-year-old Ramon Richardson, charging him with second-degree murder. According to court documents, Richardson was identified through surveillance video and witness statements. He was booked into DC Superior Court, and the case shifted from unsolved to prosecuted. But is it truly closed? Do we say this is tied to personal grudges or something deeper like drug-related conflicts? Or could it be a mistaken identity, given the scooter's involvement? Perhaps the shooter aimed for someone else. Or in a city with rising gun violence, it could be random. Well, the trial is pending, and until a conviction, doubts remain. As we wrap up, remember, even with an arrest, families like Lawrence's seek closure. If you have info, contact MPD at 202-727-9099. Second on the list is Daquane Dream Johnson. Daquane Dream Johnson, a 28-year-old black transgender woman whose vibrant life was stolen in a senseless act of violence on July 5, 2025. What started as an unsolved homicide has evolved into a federal hate crime case, shining a light on the dangers faced by the LGBTQ+ community. Settle in, this one's heavy. Daquane Johnson, known to friends as Dream, was a beacon of resilience in Northeast DC. Born in 1997, she grew up in a challenging environment but blossomed into a confident advocate for trans rights. By 28, Dream worked as a stylist and performer, dazzling at local drag shows and using her platform to support others. She was outspoken about her identity, posting on social media about love, acceptance, and the struggles of being trans in a divided world. Friends remember her infectious laugh and fierce loyalty. She dreamed big, one said in a tribute, but in a city where hate crimes against trans people are alarmingly high, over 20 reported in DC alone in 2024, Dream's visibility made her vulnerable. The fateful night was Saturday, July 5, 2025. Around midnight in the 2000 block of Bennying Road, NE, a bustling area with bars and late-night spots, shots rang out. Witnesses heard arguing, then gunfire. MPD officers arrived to find Dream collapsed, riddled with bullets. She was rushed to a hospital but succumbed to her injuries. The scene suggested a close-range attack, possibly preceded by a confrontation. Investigation launched immediately. Detectives scoured CCTV footage showing a suspect approaching Dream, words exchanged, then the shooting. Motive? Early signs pointed to hate, slurs reportedly used. The National Black Justice Collective mourned her, calling for justice amid a wave of anti-trans violence. Community outrage grew, with vigils demanding action. Breakthrough came September 18, 2025. Edgar Arrington, 38, from DC, arrested in North Carolina, charged with first-degree murder enhanced as a hate crime by the DOJ. Evidence included video, witness IDs, and Arrington's alleged history of bias. He's accused of targeting Dream due to her gender identity. Theories: pure hate, fueled by societal transphobia. Or personal, no prior connection found. Broader context: 2025 saw increased anti-LGBTQ legislation correlating with violence spikes. Dream's family seeks justice, highlighting systemic issues. Third on the list is Dangelo Foster. Dangelo Foster, a 49-year-old from Upper Marlboro, MD, gunned down on July 6, 2025, in Southwest DC. No arrests, no clear motive, pure enigma. Let's break it down. Dangelo Foster was a family man, a veteran of sorts, having served in logistics jobs across the DMV area. At 49, he was known for his steady demeanor, enjoying barbecues and fishing trips. He commuted to DC often, perhaps for work or visits. His life seemed unremarkable until that night. Early Sunday, July 6, 2025, around 1:20 a.m., in the 1100 block of 3rd Street, SW, an apartment complex, rear shots fired. Police found Dangelo with multiple wounds. He died at the scene despite aid. In his case, could this be robbery gone wrong, targeted hit, random violence amid DC's crime surge? The case is still unsolved. Let's hear your thoughts. Subscribe and share. Fourth on the list is Jonathan Simmons-Miller. Jonathan Simmons-Miller, 31, from Gaithersburg, MD, fatally stabbed on July 30, 2025, in Northwest DC. Unsolved, with a $25K reward by the appropriate authority. Jonathan was ambitious, working in tech, dreaming of startups. Outgoing, he frequented DC's nightlife. Wednesday, July 30, 2025, 12:21 a.m., 700 block of V Street, NW, near Howard University, stabbing occurred. Jonathan found bleeding, pronounced dead. MPD seeks witnesses, reviews footage. No suspects. Could this be altercation, robbery, or a personal vendetta? Unsolved. Let me hear your thoughts in comment section. And lastly, the fourth on the list is Francois Adkins. Francois was community-oriented, involved in local events. Labor Day, 4:15 p.m., 2300 block of 14th Street, NE, shot outside the rec center, rushed to the hospital and died in hospital. Investigation. MPD, USMS offer $25,000 as a reward if you know who did it. Could this be gang-related or dispute at center? Case still open for investigation. know something, or have any information, please contact the appropriate authority. As we wrap up all, statistics from the FBI shows DC's homicide rate spiked in 2025, with clearance rates below 50%. Cases bucks the trend with an arrest, but justice is far from served. Thanks for watching. Like, comment your theories below and share to spread awareness. Stay safe out there. Until next time, this is True Crime Deep Dives.